Hi, I'm Ismail from Pelham. One of the most frustrating things in SEO is when you create great content, build links, optimize the page, and the rankings simply do not move. Not because your SEO is bad, but because the SERP is stable. Some search results barely change for years. The same sites keep ranking at the top regardless of new competitors. These are what SEOs informally call locked SERPs. Understanding when a SERP is locked is important because it can save you months or even years of wasted effort. A locked SERP has a few clear signs. First, the same domains appear consistently. When you check the search results, you see large established websites like major publications, big brands, or industry leaders dominating the page. Second, the rankings rarely change. Even when Google updates its algorithm, the same players remain at the top. And third, it's very hard for new domains to break into the top 10, even with new content. Even strong new content tends to stall somewhere around page 2 or 3. Now, why does this happen? There are a few main reasons why certain SERPs become ranking fortresses. The first is domain authority. Large and trusted websites have built authority over many years. The second is backlinks. Top ranking pages in these niches often have thousands of strong links pointing to them. Third is topical authority. If a site has hundreds of thousands of articles around a topic, Google strongly associates it with that subject. Finally, there are trust signals. In sensitive niches like finance, health, legal topics, Google heavily favors the well established brands. Together, these factors create SERPs that are extremely difficult to break into. Fortunately, you can identify a locked SERP before investing too much time. Start by looking at the domains ranking in the top results. If they are all extremely authoritative websites, that's your first warning. Next, check the backlink profiles of these pages. If the ranking page has hundreds or thousands of backlinks, breaking into that space will require an enormous effort. You can also check the age of these pages. If many of them have been ranking for several years, that suggests strong historical stability. This kind of quick SERP analysis helps you determine whether a keyword is realistically achievable. One of the most important lessons in SEO strategy is knowing when not to compete. If a SERP is heavily locked by powerful websites, trying to outrank them immediately can be extremely difficult. Instead, a smarter approach would be to target long tail variations or create content around subtopics within the niche. Over time, as your website builds authority, you may eventually become competitive for those bigger keywords. But early on, choosing the right battles is often the difference between slow growth and wasted effort. So let's look at an example of this right now. So let's say financial blog. So now financial blogs here we are talking about, this is the World Bank blog. This is Credit Direct. I'm in Nigeria currently. This is Finance Watch. This is Stratton Craig. These are all huge banks. This is the IMF. So as you can see, this is a huge keyword. It does not make sense to try and rank for this. But then I can now start writing topics around finances. Basically, how to save for Christmas, how to get where to get the best low interest loans. Examples. I can start building authority in this niche based on that. Not that even I'm just using an example here because financial blogs doesn't really, like, nobody goes searching financial blogs for financial blogs. It's not something for them to aspire to. But the point here is that this is a powerful keyword in the niche. It's a major keyword, but it does not make sense to target it off the rip. If, for example, that is the holy grail of keywords I'm looking to target, but there are smaller, more related keywords to this topic that I can target, build authority with them before I can eventually, and I'm not talking months here, I'm talking years down the line, try and go after the big boys. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this content to be valuable, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Goodbye.